melanin.
Oh no, back row.
The coalition of color, my brother, rock your crown. I'm here to show you the power inside the color brown. Now's the time to open up your mind to what they tried to hide from the real royalty. Open up your chakra from your brain to your feet and really realize what's inside and believe. Got God on my side and I ride with the queen. As we travel on this journey, I'ma show you what I mean when you open up your eyes. When you know what your worth is, never no surprise. Spirit of the sun, navigating stars. Times are getting better when you feel them getting hard like.
What's up, kings and queens? Welcome back for another episode of the Coalition of Color. This is our third midweek rant.
Two big things happened this week. One is our sister Breonna Taylor has not gotten justice. So a grand juror decided that, I guess after everything that came out, that she or he, who knows, wanted the transcripts released. This is what we wanted, right? Because I think Breonna's family filed for a petition for it, right? And everybody else was asking the Attorney General from Kentucky to release it.
Taylor's entire family is heartbroken, devastated, and outraged, and confused, and bewildered, just like all of us, as to what did Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron present to the grand jury? Did he present any evidence on Breonna Taylor's behalf? Or did he make a unilateral decision to put his thumb on the scales of justice to help try to exonerate and justify the killing of Breonna Taylor by these police officers?
Right, so this is amazing. It's amazing.
It is amazing because I don't know if y'all really understand what this means. It's what they're saying is, what this juror is saying is, while we were enraged that a wall got more justice than Breonna, this juror is basically saying they couldn't have argued for the murder, for the murder charge. They didn't argue that behind closed doors. Of course, that's speculation. But why else would you want the world to know the truth? Because in her affidavit to the judge, saying you just wanted to bring to light the things that were said in the room. Now, this is after the jury is done. This is after the Attorney General is talking about it. This is after protests. This is after a whole bunch of stuff. Somebody who has a clear conscience, there's hope, yes, for justice for Breonna.
Absolutely.
So don't give up yet. Let's say her name. All right, 2020, just as important as the election, the census.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you guys understand what the census is, but it's pretty much informing the government of all the demographics, who lives where, how many people live there, who needs money for what, schools, roads, buses, transportation, infrastructure, this, that, and the other. So a lot of times our community is ill-informed and miseducated about this. I know for me, I've definitely missed one in my lifetime. This is just as important. It allocates where all the money is going. I just don't know why we don't feel the need to be involved in. Oh, I do know. We don't feel the need to be involved in a system that oppresses us. So I get that, but we have to change the system, guys. And two ways that we can do that is the census and by voting.
Absolutely. The census is extremely important. I know I definitely didn't do the last census when I was 20 or in my 20s when it came out, but I've done this one. So it's really simple to fill out. Link will be posted in the description box, and you see it right here. It's extremely easy, guys. This basically tells you where the money is going to go in your neighborhood. I know you feel like you don't care about voting, or you feel like your vote doesn't matter, or you feel like this system oppresses us so you don't want to participate in it, but that's a quick way to basically get underfunded for your neighborhood. So let's pay attention. Let's go to census.gov. There's the link, and fill out your census so you can be well represented.
A lot of people don't feel like their vote matters. Check out our episode coming out on Sunday, which will highlight this past presidential debate that happened this past Tuesday, and you will understand why your vote does matter. And next up, James Comey. I don't know how I felt about this guy back in 2016 when to be honest, I didn't know much about him. I just knew he was the head of the FBI, the FBI director. I knew that he opened an investigation against Hillary, who I really didn't care too much about. But at the time, I just thought that it was dope that we could possibly have a woman president. It didn't matter if she was black or white to me. I think a woman needs to be president. And I didn't think that Trump was the best, for our country. So for me, I wanted Hillary to win in that election. And he opened an investigation. It was like, this dude, So then he closed it. It's like, oh, yeah, we're still on. And I think it was like, a couple of weeks before the election, he reopened it with like thousands and thousands and thousands of additional emails that needed to be combed through. I don't know if you guys were paying attention back then, but a lot of people think that's what cost Hillary the election.
Yeah.
So since then, you fast forward, he's been speaking at the Senate committee hearings. So he wrote the book, A Higher Loyalty, and Showtime picked up a motion. Well, it was actually a miniseries, two-part, 2-hour miniseries. It was called The Comey Rule, and it was based off of the book, not entire. I'm actually going to go read the book now that I saw this docuseries. It's basically the inner working, somebody who is basically shoulder to shoulder with Trump, really telling you how Trump really acts. Not saying that I absolutely trust James Comey after all of this stuff that's out, but after seeing that, I actually did a deep dive, went back and watched all of the C-SPANs, the CNNs, all of his interviews with Stephen Colbert and stuff like that. And it's like, at the end of the day, he got fired for doing what he thought was right. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't right off of, his own internal principles. It was about, he believes in
obeying the law.
The institutions of America, the integrity of the FBI. He didn't want the Department of Justice to be tainted. He didn't want the White House to be tainted. And at the end of the day, Trump would not let that happen. And just to take that one step further, Jeff Daniels did an amazing job bringing Comey to life on it. I mean, please, you guys, go check that out. I'm not really supporting too much stuff that's not black right now, but that's really telling you, we just talked about the voting. That's really telling you why it's so paramount for us to go out and vote.
Absolutely. Watching that docuseries or that two-part miniseries, it was really eye-opening. I mean, you hear all of the gruesome and really disgusting things that take place in the White House, but you don't actually get a peek into the White House. And this, furthermore, I kept saying to Justin when we saw the preview for this coming out, wait, is this coming out before November 3rd? Like, wait, you're going to release this while he's president?
Yep.
Like they usually don't do somebody's documentary. Yeah, they usually don't do a movie about somebody until they've died or they've gone on and, they were tired and they're way out of the way. This man is literally in the White House, okay? Yep. And they dog him. And they don't dog him. They really, honestly,
they tell the truth.
They portray him the way we see him on camera. It's just in private. You could just imagine this is the way he communicates.
It was very believable. Comey was the guy who, after every meeting with Trump, after every phone call with Trump, he would sit there and he would write it down. He would document everything. So all of this stuff is not a imagined, fictitious thought, a recollection of it. It's like literally, let me go back to my notes and tell you that on this date, on this time, he said this.
This is what he said.
Yeah.
This is what I thought.
This is real. This is real stuff. So, like I said, real good dude. Check out the Comey Rule on Showtime.
Absolutely.
And go vote against Trump.
Absolutely. If the first presidential debate doesn't make you want to go and vote, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what else can convince you.
Between these two things, it's really showing you. Doesn't matter who you are, Democrat, Republican, Independent. You need to go register and you need to vote against. You need to go vote for Biden. because if you don't vote or you vote for anybody other than Biden, Trump is going to win. As always, we thank you for your support. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, click the notification bell so you can always know when we drop a new episode. If you're into a monetary donation, we really appreciate it. Cash App, $, the Coalition of Color. Until next week, rock your crown.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to?